Hey, what's going on, Jacqueline and doctors at Hedron EMF? It was a pleasure talking to you this morning, Jacqueline, and getting that information from you, and I really appreciate that. So in the video analysis, what I want to do is just kind of highlight exactly where your website is at, specifically hedronemfprotection.com, where we need to be at to start ranking you for the keywords that we want to go after, how we'd go about ranking that, and then take a look at some of your competitors and go over your website and some of the key elements that we need to have on there, and then just kind of go from there. All right, so we'll see how this goes. And without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. So the first thing I did actually, I actually pulled up your website here in a tool called Ahrefs. Ahrefs is one of the tools that we use here, and it allows us to look at the metrics of a website and see what kind of SEO work has been done on the website and things like that. It just gives us a lot of insight to your website. So what I want to highlight right off the bat is this part right here where my mouse is hovered, the URDR backlinks and the referring domains. Now, Jacqueline, I know you know a little bit of SEO, and I'm not sure if you know about it, so hopefully I'm not reiterating this, but at least maybe you can get some insight out of this. The number of backlinks and the referring domains that link back to your website is a very important metric that Google utilizes to determine how authoritative your website is, and authority in turn plays a huge role in how highly you rank for the keywords you want to rank for and how quickly you rank for those keywords once you've established your authority. Now, in case you didn't know what a referring domain or a backlink is, it's essentially any website out there on the internet that links back to your website, in this case, Hedron EMF Protection, via a hyperlink. So what I mean by that is if, for example, there is a blog out there that's called the emfprotectionblog.com, and they mention you in one of their blog posts and they say, hey, if you're looking for the best EMF protection device, check out hedronemfprotection.com. And then that hyperlink, if the person clicked on it, would actually direct them back to your website. So just in the fact that that website, that blog actually has a hyperlink that links back to your website is actually tracked by Google. And Google uses that information to basically determine how, like I said, authoritative your website is. Because in Google's eyes, when you have a lot of websites, a lot of relevant websites that are linking back to your website, it tells Google that you're the kind of website that other websites like to talk about, and you're the kind of website that other websites like to refer their own visitors to. So it's a very powerful trust signal and a very powerful authoritative signal. And we just need to make sure that you have a lot more referring domains and backlinks than when you're at right now. I want to shoot for about closer to 500-600 referring domains and about 2,000 to 3,000 backlinks, and that's really going to help push your website to the authoritative level where you can start competing with EarthCom and a lot of the other brands that have built a brand for anything that's EMF protection related, right? And so that's kind of where we're at with that. And obviously we have our own methods of outreach and things like that to encourage and to help promote your website. And so that stuff, like, you don't have to worry about. That's our job, and that's essentially what we do, right? What I wanted to show it next is really quickly one of your competitor that you mentioned here on the phone, Jacqueline, earthcom.com. And so you can see right off the bat, you're sitting at 5 referring domains and about 17 backlinks. Check out these guys. They're sitting at about 665 referring domains and about 2,700 backlinks. So you can see just how much of a difference between the authoritative level that their website is being seen as compared to yours. And you can see exactly why they might be ranking a lot better than you are. And we can see that exactly right here, because right now, the estimated organic traffic that's going to your website is about 83 people per month. And if you look at these guys, they're getting about 5,500 a month, right? And that just comes right down to ranking highly for the keywords that we want to go after. And you can see for their keywords that they currently rank, boom, right off the bat, EMF protection gets 6,400 searches per month. This actually tends to be on the lower end, and they're on the -- 1 spot currently for that phrase. Another great one, electrosensitivity, right? And so they rank on on the second page, second spot for that, with the keyword volume of 2,000 for the word electrosensitivity. EMF blocker, another great one for us to go after, #1 spot. So yeah, these are probably this guy is right here is probably going to be your biggest competitor in terms of who we're going to be competing against. But the great news is that they don't have a lot of the SEO elements that I'm surprised that they don't have, considering how much authority has been built to the website. It's not a click to call. There's not a very clear contact us page, and actually I'm not going to show this in the video, but their anchor text. A lot of technical stuff isn't 100% kosher, and that's where we'll come in and make sure that we have everything exactly the way Google wants it, because our goal is to make sure that Google understands exactly what your website is about, as well as what kind of keywords that you want to rank for. And that's essentially what we're going to do here at Mr. and Mrs. Leads when we pick you up as a client if you're absolutely interested. And that's the kind of thing that we would do. What I want to do next is kind of show you some of the keywords that we could potentially go after. I typed in EMF protection here in our Keyword Explorer tool to pull up some of other keywords and look at the metrics and things like that on that. And so you'll see EMF protection is a fantastic one that we absolutely want to capture. 6,400 searches per month. If these guys at EarthCom can rank you for that keyword, we can absolutely rank you for that keyword as well. There's also EMF protection devices, another great one that we want to rank after. EMF protection for home. That that highlights exactly what you guys have, which is the Hedron home protection device. And so absolutely another one that we want to go, and I can just kind of go down the list. And so essentially what I want to do, I'm not going to do this in the video because it's going to become like 20 minutes long and I don't want to waste your time. But what I would do is if you were serious about this, I would compile that the most optimal keyword set that actually has decent search volume and low competition, so we can quickly rank you for those keywords, start bringing you traffic and sales to your website, in the meantime going after some of the bigger keywords like EMF protection, right? And so we do that on our end. We're very good at our keyword research along with SEO or anything in general. So you know that we'll do the work correctly, and then you'll have the most optimal keyword set that relates to the service and products that you provide, as well as has low keyword difficulty and low competition, right? So in terms of your actual website design, we need more content on your website right off the bat. The reason being is, along with the backlinks and the hyperlinks that are linking back to your website, another thing that Google measures to determine how authoritative your website is the amount of content and the relevant content that's on your website. If you think about it, some of the largest websites out there that are ranking for all kinds of keywords out there have a lot of content. And Google has recognized, their software engineers that program Google's AI and algorithm have recognized that a lot of authoritative websites tend to have a lot of content in that space. The reason being is if you're an authoritative website, you tend to know a lot about that space, right? And then you tend to have a lot of content that's very relevant, that's very keyword rich in the keywords that we want to go after. And so Google has been able to connect the amount of content that you have with the authority on your website. And so we just need to make sure that we have a lot of content, because if you think about it, Google can't go in and look at this image of this lady and say, hey, this has to do with EMF protection. They can't look at this and read this title here that says Hedron products and determine that it has to do with EMF protection, right? So you are getting some credit right here, EMF protection, but it's just not enough content that Google would deem it authoritative that you'd start ranking on the homepage for the keywords we want to go after. So you can see actually, if you look at EarthCom, look at how much content they have. They got these right here: chronic headaches, migraines, tinnitus. So this is all related to EMF stuff, right? And if you go down here, even more content. Infinity Home System provides powerful protection, blah, blah, blah. And then you've got a YouTube video on there, which you actually have as well, which is fantastic. And then right here, even more content. Now, I'll say this is about 600 words of content right here, and it has everything to do with, like, PhD quantum biology research. Google's rank brain algorithm can actually pick up on these group of keywords that you have implemented in your content and recognize that it's very relevant to the niche that you provide and start giving you credit for all the different keywords you want to rank for. And you can see they just have so much more content on their page than you do on your website, because it's basically right here, this, and then that's it. And so that's another reason why they're ranking better than you, because they just have more content, and that's essentially what we do. So when we grab that optimal keyword set, we would start thinking out and hashing out the most optimal keyword set that we want to capture to start ranking you for those keywords that we want to go after. All right, so let me wrap it up here. So I know that you guys have been working with an SEO company in the past, and they haven't been providing a lot of results for you. I can see that on my end. But when you work with us, we're a legit company here in the United States. We're based out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. We have over 30-40 clients that we currently serve, from national clients that are going after all kinds of very difficult keywords to local clients that have 7-8 locations. And from the experience and traffic and things like that we've been doing, we're very good at what we do, and we're very accomplished, and we're very experienced and professionals at doing this kind of thing. And your competition set is not something that we can categorize under especially difficult. And so it's very possible for us to rank, and we are very confident in our ability to rank you for these keywords and start bringing you business. And so I hope that you can understand that what we're talking about, to basically do everything that we want to do for you. And then if you have any questions about anything that I said, I'm more than happy to answer any of those questions for you and kind of keep the ball rolling. But I'm very excited about this project. I might actually order one myself because literally I would say 90% of my wake life is in front of some kind of digital device, whether that's on my phone, on my monitor, in front of the computer like right now, on my laptop, on the TV. Yeah, I'm like constantly in front of radiation, like microwave. I stand right by it. Refrigerator. So yeah, I actually totally believe in your product, and this is something that I've always been interested in getting. It's just that I never really um, been proactive about going about it. So I very believe in your product, and I'm very excited about doing this. When you're more passionate about something that you're building out, you tend to have more results. And I can guarantee you that that'd be the kind of situation we'd be in if we were to tackle this project on together. All right. So I appreciate it again, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. All right. Thanks, Jacqueline and team. Bye bye.